Okay, so in this video we're going to go over vertical shifts up and down and horizontal shifts left and right. So our first one we're going to look at is called the vertical shift, and here I kind of have some X and Y charts drawn out. So our first function that we're going to shift, it's going to be x squared plus c, but in order to make it easier for you to see, we're just going to look at the x squared function. So I put xy chart where the y is x squared. So x squared, so negative 2 squared is 4, negative 1 squared is 1, 0, 1, 4. Alright? So now we're going to do our shift. And our shift is C. And here I called C, or C is 1. So here we just take x squared and add C. So we do 4 plus 1 is 5. Then we do 1 plus 1 is 2. 1, 2, 5. So there's our shift. Now we go over to the graph, and I'm going to graph the original xy function with a dotted line, so it's easier to see once we get all our different shifts on here. So our first point is negative 2, and then you go up 4, negative 1, 1, the origin, 1, 1, and then 2, 4. So our original function will look something like this. Now I'm going to graph our shift, and let me add another point here so it's easier for us. So our first point is negative 2, 5, right here. Then negative 1, 2, 0, 1. So our origin, or our point, will be right there. Then negative 1, 2, 1, 2, then 2, 5 up here. So our function will look something like this. And if you can see, all we did was move this up 1. Alright, so now we're going to go down to our vertical shift down. And here I use x squared again because we're going to go back up to the graph. So here, negative 2 squared is 4, 1, 0, 1, 4. But this time, instead of, I also named 1 as C in this one. So instead of adding 1, you subtract 1 to shift down. So when you add, you move up, and when you subtract, you go down. So 4 minus 1 is 3. Then 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. 1 minus 1 is 0 again. And then 4 minus 1 is 3. So there's our values. We're going to go back up here to our chart. And let me grab a blue pen so I can graph it in blue so you can see it clear. Alright, so we're going to graph negative 2, 3. Negative 2. Then we're going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Then negative 1, 0. Right there. Then 0, negative 1. Our point is there, our lowest point is there, then 1, 0, and then 2, 3, 1, 2, and up 3, 1, 2, 3. So our function will look something like that. If you can see, when we shifted up, it went up. When we shifted down, it went down. Okay, so now we're going to do the horizontal shift to the left. So here I broke the function to shift a graph to the left is x plus c squared. And remember those parentheses because those are important. So our first xy chart, we're just going to add my c, which I named 2. It could be any number, to my x value, x plus c. So negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. 0, 1, and 2. Now, here's where these parentheses come in because it's saying to square x plus c, what we just added together. So, we're just going to take each of these numbers and square them. So, negative 2 squared is positive 4. Negative 1 squared is 1. 0 squared is 0. 1 squared is 1. And 2 squared is 4. So now we're going to go over to our graph and we're going to graph this. So our first point is negative 4, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. First point will be right there. Our second point is negative 3, 1. So negative 3 and up 1. Negative 2, 0 is our third point. Fourth point is negative 1, 1. And then finally we have 0, 4. So our graph will look something like that. Now we're going to move to the horizontal shift to the right. And the function for that is f of x equals x minus c, and all of that is squared. Again, I named c 2 when it could be any number. You could have 3, 4, 500, bajillion, million, whatever. But this time we're going to also add a vertical shift. And so that would now make the function f of x is equal to x minus c squared, what I got up here, minus b. And I just named b as 3, and it could also be any number. So first we're going to look at x minus c, this part of the function right here. So remember that c is 2, so 0 minus 2 is negative 2. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. And 4 minus 2 is 2. Now, we're going to take these numbers and we're going to move them over, we're going to do the square over here because that little piece, the function, is in the parentheses here. So negative 2 squared is 4. Negative 1 squared is 1. 0 squared is 0. 1 squared is 1. And 2 squared is 4. Alright, so now we're done with the horizontal shift. But now we're going to do the vertical shift. And it's going down because of the minus sign. And b, remember b is 3. up there. So we're going to take these numbers, the x minus c squared, and subtract b, which is 3. So 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. 0 minus 3 is negative 3. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. And 4 minus 3 is 1. So here we're going to go up to our graph, and we're going to plot all of these points. So our first point is 0, 1. So go over 0 and up 1. Our next point is 1, negative 2. So we go over 1 and we go down 2. Our third point is 2, negative 1, or 3, my bad. So we're going to go over 2 and go down 3. Our fourth point is 3, negative 2. So we're going to go over 3, down 2. And our final point is 4, 1. So we're going to go over 4 and up 1. So our new graph will look something like this. Just the function for the parabola would be right here. Then we shifted it left, but then the last time we shifted it right and then down. So this is correct.